Made it.
Carry on, it's still working.
Don't go get out the back door here. Just like, stay for the whole fun.
Looks crooked. What? Looks a little crooked. I gotta get one of the things for it. No, I need to get a holder for the camera. How's it going? Your season pass ticket holders, eh? You got season pass tickets to our meetings there.
Oh, okay.
Always faithful. You and your wife are always faithful.
Oh, okay. Hey, we don't want no secondhand information.
That's right.
I believe in that.
That's good. I'll call Gary and see if he's coming.
Okay.
Gary's outside.
Really wasn't feeling well, so I was gonna call her.
I think he's trying to dig up some votes.
Okay. For the no position. Did you go vote today?
No, he's politicking on the porch out there.
Oh, okay. Like, the votes today. Had that vote today.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't, okay. How are you doing?
Good, how are you? Oh, I didn't get a chance to hear minutes, but I think we did vote in January to have the public hearing for certain dates. Today's date is obviously different.
Yeah.
You want to open it in regular session or
We would have to. What's the objection?
yeah, if there's any objection. Have a vote. So,
You just guide us.
yeah, sure. Are you going to open, I assume you were reading the regular session before that?
I don't know what we have, probably just have it after.
Yeah, because I guess it's probably addressed the city council. I think we need a motion on some ordinance to have that public hearing, because the original motion.
Now it's, you have to wait. And so,
No, that applies for like the budget,
okay, yeah.
which is 7 days, and we always wait for it, so. But,
So do that, it has to be after the consent.
well, no, it's in regular session, and then if we get the vote to move it to the public hearing, then we can recess regular session and go into public hearing, then adjourn that back into regular session.
Okay, so
That makes sense.
I'll recess after, I'll just do the consent calendar and recess. And do the public hearing, have that.
Dig up some votes.
And then we'll move, adjourn the public hearing, open back up into.
Yep. And be
system.
Yeah.
I know. Your, why that? Are you quitting? Notice I ain't me to talk, you get quitting.
Okay, Gary.
How much you think I get out of there?
50 cents.
Huh?
50 cents.
Will be called to order. We all stand. Say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Would Pastor Carter please open us in prayer?
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you for this beautiful day. We thank you for your many blessings, your mercy, and your grace, Lord. We ask that you be in our presence tonight. May we receive you, that they may bless this council, this mayor, Lord. Everybody that's part of this town, Lord, thank you for these people that's come out. Lord, just forgive us where we fail you. Thank you for your great salvation. We ask it in Jesus' precious name. Amen.
You may be seated. Can we please have a roll call of council?
Yeah.
Here.
Here. Here.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the consent calendar? We're going to do that. We're going to need a motion to add the public hearing to our
We can-
agenda.
We can go ahead and address that before we consider council. Like, so the previous motion on a regular, or on a public hearing was for next month. I think is exactly what the minutes state. So technically speaking, parliamentarily speaking, we need an amendment of that motion to have the public hearing tonight with a simple majority vote allowing for the public hearing. So does anybody have a motion on that?
So moved.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Oh, sure. Second.
Okay, we have a second. Can we have a vote?
Oh, can we have discussion?
Yeah, discussion.
Can you repeat the motion?
Okay,
Just for the minutes?
what's the motion?
The motion is to amend the motion passed in February to have the public hearing at next month's meeting. We're amending that motion from next month's meeting to this meeting, April.
April 21st.
So what's going on is, at our February meeting, we made a motion to have a public hearing the next month, which would have been our March meeting, on the conveyance of the property to the Hunt Club. And so last month, we had bad weather, we canceled the meeting, and so we did not have a meeting. And so my position is that if we said we were going to have a meeting in March, then we need to vote again to have the meeting, let's say, could have it next week, could have it in 2 weeks, or could have it at the May meeting. I don't think it's proper to go back into the February meeting in order to amend a motion that was made then in order to have the public hearing tonight. I don't think we should be able to go back and change what a previous council meeting has done. And so I'll be voting no to change it to the public hearing tonight for this meeting.
Is there any more discussion? Can we have a roll call of the motion? A roll call.
Second.
Councilmember
Linda.
Powers.
Linda.
Thank you. Hawthorne,
No.
Hall,
No.
Kennedy,
Yes.
Mullins,
Yes.
Powers.
No.
Okay. And the motion does not pass.
So you
Is
want to
there-
have the meeting next month? You want to have the meeting next, or the public hearing?
Okay. So we will have the public hearing. We need to have a,
I would say at the next regularly scheduled meeting,
Yeah.
probably is the best wording to adopt on.
so under the conveyance of open space land, we can talk about it. If there's a motion, if somebody wants to bring that up. Sound good? That's what we'll talk about it. Okay. Is there any more discussion on the consent calendar?
Yes.
Okay.
I would like to remove number 9 because it's required, it's covered in the grant update. We cover all the grants and that's part of the grants.
Okay, we have a motion to remove pocket park and slide update, item number 9. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, if there is no discussion, can we have a roll call vote on that, please?
Hawthorne,
Yes, it could be a subcategory, so I'll say yes.
Hall,
I can't hardly hear, so somebody's gonna have to repeat what they said.
They want to, Councilmember Kennedy wanted to remove number 9 because she says it is repetitive.
It's covered in the grant updates, same thing.
I guess,
Okay,
I can't hear it.
Kennedy,
Yes.
Mullins,
Yes.
Bowers.
Yes.
okay, and the motion passes. Remove item number 9. Is there any more discussion on the consent calendar?
Motion to approve the consent calendar.
Okay, we have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, and is there any more discussion? No. So, do we have a roll call vote to approve the consent calendar?
Hawthorne,
Yes.
Hall,
Yes.
Kennedy,
Yes.
Mullins,
Yes.
Bowers.
Yeah.
And the consent calendar is approved. At this time, item number 5, audience comments. Anyone from the audience would like to get up and speak? Please state your name, whether you live in or out of the town, and everybody has 3 minutes. Please state your name.
Angela Mead, 11529 Mead Fork Road. I'm out of the corporation limits. And I just wanted to comment on the monument unveiling that was Friday. It was a really nice event, and it was great to see everybody come and support it, the ones that were there. And it was just good to see that atmosphere in our little town. And the food was good, and it just, I just wanted to comment on how pleased that I was with it. And you drive into the intersection down there, and the pretty benches with the hanging baskets, whoever done that. I mean, that looks good for our town, people coming off of 83 and they see that. I think that looks really pretty. So I wanted to say thank you, and that's my comment.
Thank you for your comment. Anyone else from the audience like to come and give a comment? Please state your name for the record and whether you live in or out of the town.
Andy Powers, I live uptown. I would just like to say, Mr. California, how many more times are you going to put this off? How many times are you going to try to throw a wrench into a wheel that you call for a meeting? We had a meeting, you posted it, was it not posted here, Lee? Was it not posted everywhere that it was supposed to be? On the town page, everywhere that we were having a public meeting
The
on
notice,
this?
that was my understanding.
Okay, so what's the problem with having it if you posted it and said that's when you're going to have it? Did somebody answer me why we're not having it then?
People change their mind. That's the way I look at it. There's always somebody that change their mind.
Well, but
I'm
I mean,
afraid
So
you're
the-
going to find out I changed my mind.
oh, did you? Okay.
The council did not vote to post for the meeting. And I apologize that the town posted for a meeting that the council did not approve.
Okay. Who had to approve this meeting?
In my opinion, the council had to approve a change of date. In other people's opinion, we could just have it at the next meeting.
Based on the wording in the motion.
So it'll be addressed this May's
I-
meeting.
All these people that were sitting back there, all those people have missed work, left work early again to show up to represent us. And then we always just put this off. I think this is not very well organized at all. If we're gonna do something, we need to do it. And like I said, if you're gonna put it in somebody else's property, good luck getting there. Because now, Diddy's already been to the lawyer's office, we already own the property on the other side, along with 10 other parcels along this railroad track, plus what the Kimco owns. Give them that, buy a helicopter. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Would anyone else in the audience like to come and give a comment? Please state your name for the record and whether you live in or out of the town.
Travis Sturgeon, I'm out of town. I was here for the meeting also. I'm not sure that everybody understands exactly. Is everybody really aware where this property is, what surrounds it, and all that? Like, is everybody here really understanding that?
Yeah.
Okay, I've heard everything from community gardens to this, to that. Listen, for one, there's been a community garden in town, J.W. Adams. I didn't start it, but I was actually the one that tilled it up every year, actually made it larger. You can go up there now, everybody's quit, weeds that high. Phil Meeks was the one that started it, extension officer of Wise County. Nobody ever used it. Another thing, there's no access there for anything like that. So that would be a crazy type of thing to even try to come up with. I mean, you have to carry everything a mile. National Forest is not going to let public just go in and out, whoever it is. That's in the text line. It's just facts. And I mean, I just don't know why this is really even a big concern or even an option to do something different. I mean, this was done from Debbie from day one, and it got put in the town because it had to be. And then, you know, the town's not going to do nothing with it. I don't understand the whole concept of just trying to auction it off or do all this other, because there was a lot of money brought to town from that. And I mean, what's that? What's it going to do? And then everybody wonders why more people won't get involved in town projects. Here's a perfect example. I mean, you can work your butt off, you can do whatever you're supposed to do, and then it's just like, well, you know, we're not going to do that. We're just going to take it. We're going to do something totally different. So all the work that everybody's put in is for nothing. That gives everybody a bad taste of trying to do anything for the town of Hamilton. And until that changes, it's going to be nothing all the time. I mean, I've helped a lot with trails up there. But, you know, I mean, I just don't understand none of this, to be honest. I don't understand why the meeting wasn't tonight. I don't understand why it's put off. I just really don't understand. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Someone else? Please state your name for the record and what they
Rob
live in.
Williams, Bristol, Tennessee, land over here in Pound, Virginia. Back when you guys bought this land for $8,000, that was taxpayers' money that you got from Wise County. Okay? To give this away is just giving away taxpayers' money. Because it's not a profit organization will never pay taxes on that piece of property up there. If somebody actually owned that piece of property, they would pay taxes for the rest of their lives. Okay. And as far as access, yeah, we've got 2 other access roads up there. We don't have to go through the National Forest to get through it. We've talked to a couple of people. Yeah, sure. Come on, use our property to go on up into it. What I'm saying right there, all this garden stuff is to help the community. It's to help feed some of the people in this community. Doris was here the first night that we talked about this whole camping stuff. This whole hallway was plumb full of people sitting in there eating free food. You remember that? The whole hallway was packed from this door to that door. Why not let these people come in, grow gardens for everybody, because it's going to be free food for everybody. It's going to cut grocery bills down. It's going to help the people of this community. The Hunt Club has got the entire National Forest to hunt, run, whatever. Thank you all.
Thank you for your comment. Please state your name for the record and whether you live in or out of the town.
I'm Bobby Powers. I'm from Scott County. I'm part of ACE, Appalachian Citizens for Community Efficiency. Let's be clear about one thing. Everyone in this community loves to hunt, and we appreciate that outdoors. There isn't a person in here who doesn't appreciate the sound of an old hound dog on a trail. But our personal hobbies and preferences cannot come at the expense of the town's survival. The proposal to give away this land for free is the exact same type of poorly thought out, fiscally irresponsible decision making that left you in this position in the first place. Facing the loss possible loss of your charter being absorbed. You are broke, you cannot afford to be a benefactor for any private club. The property owners surrounding this tract have already voiced their concerns. They are proposing a public garden as an alternative because they know a hunting tract through a residential area is a disaster. While the garden is certainly a better neighbor than a live ammunition and barking dogs in somebody's backyard, the town still cannot afford to give land away for nothing. We are surrounded by thousands of acres of public land in the national forests and regional parks. We do not need more public land. We need a tax base. Instead of a $0 giveaway to a hunting club, this land should be absorbed by the surrounding property owners who actually live there. First, consider the revenue. When the adjacent landowners take over this tract and absorb it into their deeds, it goes back to the tax rolls. You turn a liability into a recurring revenue stream. A garden club is a better idea than a hunting club, but consider the liability. If the properties have dogs and guns, live ammo, would you all want that in your backyard? Would you want a town deciding if you had to listen to that every day in your backyard? Everybody loves a dog. Everybody loves a dog. You wouldn't want to hear that shit every day. You wouldn't want to do it.
Please don't use cuss words.
It's time to start making smarter choices with this county's resources and budget. Giving away public assets for free while the town is struggling to keep its lights on is a slap in the face to every taxpayer. If you want to save this town, you have to stop acting like your pockets are full and we can just give things away. Listen to the neighbors who want a better use for this land and let them do something that's going to have a tax revenue stream. Don't be giving away things for free. You've got grant money that you received for this land for a campground at one time. That could possibly be clawed back. The county could possibly be made to pay back those clawback provisions. If you receive grant money and you fix this land up and then you didn't use it for what that grant was supplied for, that can claw that money back. That's not a campground anymore. We want that money back. You could be responsible for paying the state back for that money.
Your time has expired. Appreciate your comment.
Thank you.
Anyone else like to come and give a comment? Please state your name for the record, whether you live in or out of the town.
Debbie Hale. I've been the tourism director for town for several years now. I've been on the Wise County Tourism Committee. I've done numerous things to try to help improve outdoor recreation opportunities in the town community, basically, is my focus. I do not live in town. I grew up in town. I taught at town for 25 years. And I still have very much a connection to town. Even though I don't live in town now. I raised the money to purchase this property to begin with. My idea in about 16 years ago was to develop a public trail on rails to trail. If you look around the United States, you see all kinds of rails to trails that have been successful in bringing people into communities. And I felt like we have a perfect example, 3 miles of a nice rails to trail that connects to the Pine Mountain Tunnel. I've been working across the mountain with folks in Kentucky who are trying to open the tunnel on their side of the mountain. And I've been working with the Forest Service to try to get access to the tunnel on their side of the mountain. That's how all this began. The property owner for the 3.5 acres will now give us access through his property, so I talked him into selling it. I raised the money to buy it, $8,000, like she said. I raised the money to buy $8,000 to buy the property. After that, I got a grant for $41,000 to develop primitive campsites on the property. The previous town council voted unanimously to support that project. In the meantime, we get some new council members who decide that they don't feel like that's a good idea. But the town was allowed to keep $27,000 of the $41,000 for because this piece of property is set aside for public use at the courthouse forever. So whoever owns the property, it's still open to public land. It has a public right-of-way through the middle of it. And that's just how it is, you know, whether you like it or not. She said that you guys were trying to give away property. I felt like I paid for this daggone property twice now. I raised the money to do it. You got $27,000 for 3.5 acres that has no access unless you go through Jerry Bentley's property. The rest of it is totally surrounded by national forest. So if Jerry Bentley gives you access, that's the only access to it, besides going through the forest.
Thank you for your comment. Your time is now expired.
You're welcome.
I have a question about the property was deeded to have public access, is that correct? So that the property, it was deeded to the town for the purpose
Because you
of...
kept $27,000, that land has.
Well, what I'm asking is,
land.
someone who spoke said something about the gate being locked. And so if the property is deeded to have public access, then that means whoever, there must be a right-of-way
You have to
somehow.
walk out, you have to walk out there, ride a bike or ride a horse.
Okay, but no vehicles.
It's non-motorized, and there's two
Okay.
gates that blocks access.
Okay, so it can be
Forest
accessed,
Service gates. Two
it
Forest
can be
Service.
accessed, just not by motorized vehicles.
I have a question.
She,
You can walk.
Let's-
You can walk it, you can take a horse, you can take a bike, but not like a four-wheeler or automobile.
You're crossing national forest or some private land, you have to have a club
Right,
to access it. Unless you cross through Bentley's land.
okay. And so no motorized vehicles are allowed public access, just walking,
Right.
horses, and bicycles.
We drive to the hunt club because we pay the national forest $120 a year for people to be able to drive to the hunt club.
And so what I'm trying to get at is if someone buys that property, then they need to understand that the ones who have given access to that property are not going to allow vehicles
Right.
so they can go in there and develop it with
Right.
motorized equipment or vehicles.
Exactly.
Okay, I appreciate that clarification.
And
I had a question.
your time has expired and you used it all. We do have a second comment period towards the latter end of the meeting.
I just have one question.
Unless somebody calls on you, does any of the council?
You can ask the question, but it has to be brief.
Yeah.
Yes, it'll be brief. If a stray bullet hits a private citizen, who's gonna be responsible, the hunting club or the town?
There's no
Find out.
hunting on that property. They don't hunt.
So why is it called a hunting club property? What are
They
they
hunt
hunting?
there and disperse from there to the hunt areas. They don't hunt on that property. If there's hunting going on up there, that's on Forest Service property, which we have no control over.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else in the audience like to come and give a comment?
Except for you, Roy.
Please state your name for the record and whether you live in or out of the town.
Anyway, James Short, I live out of town. Anyway, like, as far as making a garden, like I say, the guy was saying, Phil Meeks had that place up at the J.W. Adams. I don't think anybody used it, period. And, who's gonna go in and raise a bunch of cucumbers and give them away or whatever? I don't understand what y'all trying to say with making a garden and give free food away. I mean, is any of you gonna go up there and raise a garden and give stuff away?
It's the first I've heard of it.
That's what the little folder said, something about free food. Am I wrong?
They give you the food, mate.
But who's gonna do that? I mean, is people that ambitious in town?
I will admit that my wife likes food gardens, but we went to another town and we looked up where their food garden was, and there was a lot of tomatoes at that point just hanging there rotting on the vine. And so I think that if there's difficult access, that would be a deterrent to a food garden.
Me and my wife go up there and walk a lot. I've rode a bicycle down through those several times. It's very pretty. But there is no stray bullets up there. But it is a long walk down there, and I don't think anybody's gonna care about the fertilizer down there. Anyway, it'd be good camping. I mean, they have bulk night up there, and there's girls from Bristol that come here to that, and they camp out up there rather than drive back. I've never camped out, so walk it along. Hopefully it'll stay there. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Anyone else like to come and give a comment? Please state your name for the record and whether you live in or out of town.
Good evening, my name is Adam Wells, I live outside town. And I'm a substitute for Emma Kelly. I'm with Appalachian Voices. Normally Emma's here speaking with y'all. I'm a poor substitute, but I'll do my best. So over the last couple of years, it's been a central point of Appalachian Voices development strategy to work with community members to develop organized community associations in the towns in our area. This effort came out of a desire to ensure that town residents and stakeholders were continuously involved in local development and to grow reliable capacity for future grant and project management. Bringing resources to local governments is only one side of community growth, and it's vitally important to make sure that equal effort is being put into building up a cohesive community model that can last through locality ups and downs. Last year, Appalachian Voices was proud to help stand up the Dungannon Community Association in Scott County through facilitation and resource support. And after speaking with Poundstown government, we would like to lend a hand in standing up a similar community association in Pound this year. Our hope is to hold an initial interest meeting on Tuesday, May 5th at 5:30 p.m. here in Town Hall with stipends and food provided to gauge community interest and develop a long-term plan for convening and strategic development over the course of 6 to 8 months. Then Appalachian Voices would step back and provide technical support when needed, but leave the majority of daily responsibilities to the community association members. I'm just here to give this brief comment here to both let town council know and folks listening, and we welcome any feedback and look forward to continuing our work with you all. Appreciate y'all working with us. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment.
So they booked the town hall for that evening?
I don't think it's been booked as of yet,
Okay,
but it's not a problem.
just want to make sure.
I appreciate it. And that is Tuesday, May 5th.
Yes.
Anyone else from the audience like to come give a comment? Please state your name for the record and whether you live in or out of town.
Hey, my name is Dakota Noble, and I live outside of town. So I'm here in regards to the community garden, and I will address some of the concerns people have. So I will be the one maintaining it. My house is barely 1,000 feet from this garden, and it's only a few hundred feet from a property line that a service road connects to, so there's really no issues with access. I do not need a motorized vehicle. I have all the resources on the land to build the raised beds and stuff like that. But pretty much, I just kind of want to give you an outline of how this is going to go. So I still want to propose that we are interested in purchasing the property from the town. And we are a certified nonprofit. I think we sent an email to Brittany and she included that into the packets, I think. But pretty much everything we've looked at, the community garden falls in the restricted area of the Open Space Land Act. So there shouldn't be any issues as far as limitations when it comes to the garden. But pretty much this garden will be named Serenity Gardens with the aspirations of creating a peaceful, inclusive, and thriving space where citizens of the community can gather, can contribute, and benefit from free produce. We're going to work with the local organizations to distribute the food, and we also will have a pickup on near the lake. But pretty much what we're trying to do is encompass the beauty of what this land does offer. As Debbie and them have said, you can access it through the trail. So you know, why not just do both, have a trail in the garden? You know, we're not limiting anybody, we're not using a trail or anything like that, you know, so there should be no issues accessing from the hunting club if people want to walk it. You know, it is wheelchair accessible, so I mean, it's, everybody can use it. Instead of just one organization, you know, why don't we just benefit everybody? So, like I said, you will have more information, and we do have a brochure that we can give you guys later. But the plan is we're going to have raised beds, seating areas, where we're going to, you know, do gazebos and picnic tables, pergolas, stuff like that. We are also looking to host classes in honoring local traditions. I know in my family, making molasses was a big thing, so I know that's a dying off trade. So I would like to showcase that, make maple syrup. You know, again, I can build this stuff, no problem. We are also being in contact with the Virginia Cooperative Extension Office out in Dickinson County, and we're looking to get 2 high tunnels. So we're going to be able, you know, to get some greenhouses up there to have produce earlier in the season and have it later in the season as well. You know, we're looking to do fruit trees, vegetables, berries, herbs and spices, you know, stuff to, you know, encourage the pollinators and just local wildlife. So it's a great thing. I mean, it's a lot better than just, you know, for parking space. That's what it was used last time, right? You know, the hunt club had an event, and you know they had 300 people or whatever. They just used it to park cars. So
I think
I mean,
your
I'm
time,
just saying.
your comment, your time is now expired.
So you're saying you want to purchase the land
Yes.
and have a community?
Yes.
Okay, and so that's, the point is you want to purchase the land?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else from the audience like to come and give a comment? Please state your name just for the record.
Linda
and whether
Hubbard,
you live in or out of town.
10706 Indian Creek Road. Hey, John.
You're the first one who lives in town to speak tonight.
Am I? Well, let me just say a couple of things. This is the land that, if I'm not mistaken, just a little while back, these same people were all upset at the thought of people coming up through there and bothering them. So you know, I guess you can flip your attitude. I don't know why this has come up. I really don't. I do know that this council and this town needs to put some thought into what's good for the community. And do we really want to keep up this fussing about this and fussing about that? I thought we were over it until this 3.5 acres came up for discussion. Yeah. So nobody loves the forest as much as I do. I can say that with all my heart. I worked for the Forest Service for 30 years. And I love our community, I love our forests, and I want everybody here to love them too. Whenever we have big sources of help, like the Appalachian Voices, like Apple Shop was helping for a while, the grants that come to us, the grant that we had to turn back, you know, we don't want anybody camping up there, but we can have people tromping in and out all they want to grow food up there. That's different, I guess. I guess it's just a matter of attitude. But one of my points I want to make is the folks who are for having a garden up there and the folks who are for seeing justice happen because of all the years of work and vision and volunteering to make something good for the community happen. You need to, I don't know that we're weighing what's right and what's wrong. I really don't. Linda.
Do you?
Wake up.
And we might as well have had a public meeting, let me say that. It kind of sounds like it or not, we have just about done that. And so I can't sit still without saying something. I think there's a big injustice if these people are allowed to buy that land and take off and do what they want to do whenever
all of these people have worked so long to do something else with it. Is it the winning I won, David lost? That's how I feel about it, kind of. So anyway, just as somebody who's, as I told my son the other day, nothing works anymore, it's time to go. So, I just, as an older citizen in Pound who's seen a lot go on, I just had to say my piece. And I want to end the saying that piece. Thank you, Lieber, for all you did. Friday, you were a queen.
Thank you. Thank you for your comment. Anyone else from the audience like to come and give a comment? Please state your name for the record, whether you live in or out of town.
Hi everyone, my name is Sierra Noble. Sorry, I have my friends with me this evening. I just wanted to come and state just a couple of additional things about the garden. So I know we've been against everything, however, we felt that with the garden, we would be able to still benefit the community and do so in a way that more than just one organization benefits. Not only with the garden would we be putting in our time, volunteering our efforts to maintain the garden and allow anyone that wants to come assist with it, they would be available to do so. And then at the end of harvest, all the produce would be donated. On top of that, community gardens are eligible for renewable grants yearly. So not only would we be benefiting the community with produce, but we would also be benefiting the economy yearly with grants that we're able to apply for to continue expanding this garden and benefiting our community. So I just wanted to say thank you for your guys' time, and I hope that you guys really consider it.
Thank you for your comment. Anyone else from the audience like to come give a comment?
Can I say something again?
You already said you already got up. We have a meeting here in a little bit. I mean, another public comment. Yeah. Anyone else who's not spoken yet? Okay. We will move on to next item on the agenda, a grant update. Can we please have the grant updates? Oh, audit update, sorry. The manager have an audit update?
Are we going?
Oh, sorry, I don't know.
It's okay.
Reports. Sorry, something skipped. Anyway, I skipped something.
It's okay.
Police department. Does the police department have a report? I did. I don't know.
I wouldn't blame you if you did. How you guys doing? So the only thing I want to share with you all, these projects that we've had ongoing forever, it seems like, the body cams and the digi-ticket projects. I've learned that the most challenging part of these things is to get these systems to integrate with each other. But I'm happy to report to you tonight that I think we've only got one more issue. We've cleared up our issues with the Supreme Court of Virginia. We've got information flowing pretty smoothly to them now. We've only got one more issue with getting our digi-ticket integrated with Southern Software to make sure everything's uploaded properly and all the systems are consistent. And just as an example of why these tools are so valuable, we just had a guy, random complaint today on one of our officers. Complaint came in that he was going 80 miles per hour on Main Street, with blue lights flashing, en route to a call while there was a funeral going on. We were able to go back and look at our data, and there's no indication that that event ever happened for the last 3 weeks. So not only does it keep us accountable to the public, in the event that people are making complaints to you all, it's as simple as you make them a telephone call and let me know what you got, and most of the time we can either confirm, in which case we have to initiate proceedings to take care of what we have to internally, or, hey, this never happened. So that's there for you all as well as us. So if y'all have any issues, that makes my job a whole lot easier. It makes it easier for all of us. We assisted with 2 special events. We actually had one special event that y'all are aware of over here at Clock Park. I understand that went really well. Also, Ricky enjoyed being out there with you. We assisted the county in a special event on the top of the mountain on 23. Last Sunday, the Sunday before last was a Civil War, some type of a Civil War event. It was very heavily attended, a lot of traffic. The county was very grateful, and Kentucky was very grateful we were there. So I just want to pass that along to you. As you saw in the revenues, that these guys are staying busy. I mean, they're doing a lot. We're getting a lot of calls to assist the county, out in the county. I know a lot of times we hear that the county's in town a lot, and they are, and we're very thankful to have them, and thankful for them picking up when we're not here. But equally just as important, we do answer a lot of calls out there. with them, and we're trying to keep better track of that to report back to you.
We also hear why the town police outside of the town and into the county, so apparently people don't understand the mutual aid agreement.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting more and more frequent. I don't know I haven't talked to the sheriff, I don't know what the numbers, and I know they're having their own budgetary struggles and things like that. But I know that everybody seems to stay busy, and I know that in the county, it seems like a lot of times is not as busy as some other areas of the county that requires the sheriff's office attention. So when they have something, even as far as the motel on 23 going up the mountain, we've been there several times to assist at their request. You know, a lot of times they wouldn't have a unit available for 20 minutes to respond to something like that. So if you guys see something out there, you see one of our guys, we don't want them out here being reckless. Obviously, we have a no pursuit policy just for that. But if a call dictates an emergency response, you know, they have to respond to an emergency. But if y'all see something that, you know, raises your eyebrows, you think somebody's being reckless or whatever, the last thing we want to do is put someone's life in jeopardy, you know, or make a situation worse. But sometimes we do have to respond. You trust me when I tell you, if I see one of our cars going 80 miles an hour, I'm asking questions. And so far, I haven't found anybody be, you know, violating anything that they should be. So I encourage you guys to keep communication with us. We're here, we work for you, okay? So thank you for everything. That's all I've got for It's us. a Supreme Court issue. It's not an issue. With DigiTicket, we have to report our tickets to the Supreme Court of Virginia, who then relays it to the local court. Okay. So there was some issues in the way coding. I learned a lot here for the last couple of weeks on this stuff. A simple speeding ticket's not as simple as it seems. You know, there's a code for 1 5 to 10 over. There's a code for 1 10 to 15 over. There's a code for 1 15 to 20 over. And there's a code for 1 20 plus. And there's a lot of discretionary power that a police officer has on a traffic stop. You can write anything over 20 miles per hour constitutes as reckless driving in the Code of Virginia. The courts allows officer discretion to write that in the speeding ticket. But when you do that, it complicates the coding in the Supreme Court's database because it's coded differently. So we're just trying to get that. I think we've got most of that worked out. But the only issue we have left now is our records management software, getting that to integrate with DigiTicket. And it's pretty neat. I mean, it's pretty easy to find information. It's not like it was, you know, you guys, if somebody have a complaint and call us, and sometimes it would take us, you know, a while to dig and make phone calls or whatever. If it's in there and they've done it, we've got the information. It's pretty readily available to us now. So, yeah. So we appreciate you guys. Appreciate you supporting that project, by the way. That was massive. And we are working on another grant for some other equipment. The most significant piece of equipment that comes to my mind that we can't remember what all's in it, but there's a scanner for drug recognition. And it will not substitute for sending drugs to the lab, the state lab, to confirm, you know, what it is for court purposes, for courtroom testimony purposes. But it will provide for officer safety. If there's something, you could scan a bottle. This thing is so sophisticated, you can scan a bottle, and if the contents within the bottle contain fentanyl, it'll notify the officer immediately. So that's what we're working on, trying to get put in their tool belt now, among some other things, and maybe some updates to optics on our patrol pistols and things like that. If y'all have any questions, I'm happy to. Just keep up to date. I know they passed legislation on the marijuana. I guess you have to be part of the exchange. Maybe next month you could explain that to us. That is next month. I don't know if I'm scheduled to do the training before next month or not, but as soon Okay. as I do the figure training. something out, I know it's gonna be, Pretty good. it's gonna be, looks very interesting. So Yeah. we'll learn together, and I'll definitely report back to you. Appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you for your report. Anyone from the fire department would like to give a report? Should the town manager please give a report?
So, the Great American Cleanup is this Saturday. If anyone would like to volunteer to help with that, you can meet us here at Town Hall at 9 a.m. and that runs from 9 to 2. We have the gloves, the pickers, the bags, all here. So come on out and help out. You'll also see in your packet that the Commonwealth Transportation Board has a public meeting on May 7th in Abingdon. So that's
that's just an FYI for everyone. I also had 2 meetings, this month with Ready Set Go through VDOT in regards to a technical assistance grant that grant will help us to provide deliverables for the TAP grant, which would help us with our sidewalks. We've had to do a little bit of reconfiguring, because of the Caulfield Expressway applying for those grants. So this allows us, I don't want to call it a complication, because it really just allows us to go a different route and work on more, because they're covering one end of the town with their grant. So, hopefully we'll be able to work on that some more.
Is this in conjunction with the Caulfield Expressway?
It is not. This is actually something that I applied for
Oh,
quite
Before
some
that
time
came
back. Quite some time back.
okay, great.
Yeah. And what they do is they help the town provide deliverables, help us set up diagrams and things like that in order for us to apply for the grant through VDOT. And it's VDOT administered, which is even better.
So this meeting in Abingdon for VDOT, is that like you go and say, we'd like our sidewalks repaired?
It is not exactly a
Or-
meeting for VDOT. It's not technically a VDOT sponsored
Oh,
meeting. It's its own organization called the Commonwealth Transportation. And I guess it's just a breakdown of each district in the state having their own meeting about projects and things like
it's
that.
a private group.
It was through the Commonwealth. I have not been to one,
Okay.
so I can't fully attest to what goes on. And I think all my other things are on the agenda.
Thank you for your report. EDA, like to give a report?
Okay, we've had a couple of people stay the past weekend, and we have to give great thanks to Lyndon, who did a lot of work at the house and mowed the grass, but it looks great. We have a little bit over $100 in the account, so we're gonna have to do some fundraisers or whatever. And at this point, I need to nominate Rick, where? Oh, am I doing everything? Okay. Anyway, right now, we're in the red. I mean, we're in the black a little bit. $100, and that'll go paying the, water bill next time. Then again, anybody want to donate? We'll take any donations to pay the electric bill, okay? That's all I've got, but we are in the black right now, $100, so.
This is pretty skinny.
It's real skinny, but that's okay. We've been working real hard. It's cleaned up, very nice inside, very nice outside. We did a lot of cleaning the other day, and we lost a couple of people that worked with us, so that's where we're at.
Thank you for your report. Planning Commission. Does the Planning Commission have a report?
We met and talked about Heritage Days and the monument, the bell, and then just kind of like it. One of our members, Renee's here tonight. I think she's back there. So
Great. Well, now we move on to old business. Is there an audit update? Does the manager have an audit update?
Round of pre-audit, it has been completed and sent to the auditor. They are working on our first audit. Once they complete the first audit, the second pre-audit will begin, and so on and so forth.
So the pre-audit has been done for the first one,
Yes.
and they're working on the first audit. Do you think it'll be done by next meeting?
They didn't give us a time frame for each one individually. They gave us a time frame for the whole. I don't want to say yes, it will be done by the next meeting because they haven't given us a date. I can reach out and see if they can give me a more specific date. But they were pretty quick for wanting information, so it leads me to believe that they might.
Is that 23, 24 they're working on?
22, 23.
Yeah.
22, 23. That's what they're working on, okay.
And then once they finish that audit,
23,
Mr. Cox will
24.
be able to begin the next pre-audit and so forth.
We hope.
Yeah.
Hmm.
updates. Would you like to give some grant updates?
Well, I'll go to MAB first, just because we had the unveiling, so, MAB is not quite complete yet. There is a, I guess, a shindig party that they have slated for the 29th. The Mellon Foundation has extended the grant program, but for the next year, they're calling it Monuments Across Appalachian Places. We still have to complete the wall. That's a story all on its own, but I feel like the unveiling went well. There was a lot of people there that I didn't expect, and a lot of people there I did expect, so that's kind of where that is. BDM, we have been released, build the retaining wall, and that is slated for May 4th. They did push the date out 2 weeks, because of their availability. Amler, once we get the audit done, and you can forward that on to the Department of Energy. We got reimbursement from DBM on the first portion, even though they said 90 to 120 days, 2 weeks.
That's good.
It is. But that money's gonna have to go towards the next phase. And then the DEQ grant, we just got reimbursement for that, so that's $228,000 that has to come back into the bank account within the month of April, so you'll see that in the next month's balance. The art grant that pays for Abby is moving forward. Nothing else to say on that, and I think that's everything.
So have we drawn from the line of credit yet?
No.
That'll be May 4th, is when that starts.
Well, we won't, obviously, we won't draw it out on May 4th. We'll have to wait until we get the invoices.
They start working on the slide May 4th.
I'm hoping that we can get the work done, pay the contractors, and get reimbursement before the new fiscal year.
Or July 1st. Be great.
That's my hope. Can't guarantee that will happen, but that's the hope.
And the grant's in the process, you're saying?
Yeah, the grant's already there.
Okay. That's great.
Next item is speed limit. Is there an update on that?
I've reached back out to, DDOT again about our speed limit request. They have not sent me a determination. I think that we're kind of in a holding pattern because of the Caulfield Expressway. I think they kind of want to see where that's going before they address that.
Be on there next month.
Yeah.
Discussing it.
Okay. Next item is committee/commission vacancies. Would you like to make any appointments?
We have a couple of vacancies in the EDA, and I want to nominate Brittany Carter and Karen Taylor.
Okay.
I'll make a second.
Okay, we have a second. Is there any discussion?
They both live in town. I think that's a good thing.
Can we have a roll call vote on that motion, please?
Hawthorne,
Yes?
Hall,
Yeah.
Lee,
Yes.
Mullins,
Yes.
Powers.
Yes.
Any more discussion?
I have a nomination for the planning commission.
Okay.
Ronnie Brock, I believe he goes to church with Lee Carter,
Yes.
and so he's willing to serve. And so you can get with him, but I make that nomination for the planning commission.
Okay. Is there a second? Is there no second?
No.
Okay, we have a second. Is there discussion?
I don't know what the term would be, whatever's the one that needs to be filled the most. I think there's like 2 vacancies. You can let us know, let him know, I guess.
Yeah.
I would nominate David Canfield to be on the planning commission.
Okay, we have a motion. Is that you making a substitute or,
No, I'm making an addition.
okay?
Is
Addition
that
to that.
the amendment to that?
If you want to make an amendment to nominate both, I'm okay with that.
That's and where does he live?
He lives on the old road going
Old Indian Creek Road, yeah, he's in.
Okay, well, that's a friendly amendment, we can add him too. So, what's his name?
David.
Candy Cantrell.
Just gonna go back there.
What's his name?
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Friendly
I'm
amendment.
trying to look up,
Yeah.
code on the nomination of those people.
Okay.
I didn't know they were gonna be nominated.
Been there for years, so.
Okay,
I see.
okay, we have a second to the amendment. Is there any discussion?
Yeah, this is great. So does this fill up the planning commission and fill up the EDA vacancies?
I think so.
Or are there any more?
Sorry.
Does that fill up the vacancies?
I don't think that fills up the EDA.
No, I don't think it did either.
I think it leaves one spot open on
Maybe
the
one
Yeah.
planning commission.
See who can recruit one first.
Okay.
Okay.
Which were any terms, discussed in those motions that were made? Terms of office, for what period?
Whatever terms are available with regard to the planning commission.
So I'd have to, I'm looking at the EDA first here, it looks like.
Up to a four-year time period.
Seven directors, there's 2 terms of 1, 2, 3, 4 years.
I don't have them with me. Vacancies.
Do you have?
So if you want to, I believe the most proper way to probably do this would be to get a list of names who everybody wants nominated, a comprehensive list of vacancies, and a determination as to who's been on which board, which committee, for how long, so that we can sit down and determine exactly how long the terms are, because I believe the EDA is staggered, right?
They're staggered.
All of them are staggered.
And
She's
that
going to get it.
it's looked at the planning commission yet, so.
It's staggered too.
So I want to make sure we get the correct terms. I mean, y'all can go ahead and do it, then we can just amend back next meeting if
She's getting the papers, so I
we
think.
misunderstood on it. But
I had it, but I don't know.
So Karen's already on the EDA. Karen's term does not run out until 2028. She's already on the EDA.
Oh, is Karen in?
Yes, but Laura Sturgill has stepped away from the EDA. So her term ends 5/16/26.
Do you have Bo on that?
Bo's on it,
No,
yeah.
not on this list.
Oh, is he not?
I just don't think I had him on our list.
So May the 16th is when,
That's when Laura's term is over.
May 16th of this year?
Yes.
yeah, 26th.
You can do Brittany for,
Brittany can start then.
from now until 20.
I think Bo's term, if I remember correctly, runs out 2028 as well.
Yeah, and he's,
What about planning commission?
Is Kelly Mullins still?
No.
So his would have expired in May of 2026, so his seat is available.
Okay. So we'll put David in that seat.
I wanted to ask about the planning commission, since we don't have an active zoning ordinance.
Comprehensive plan.
So,
Yeah, should we talk
no, just whatever y'all want to do.
Yeah.
So with the addition of David and Ronnie, that would put the planning commission at 7.
Fabulous.
But there's, I guess, if you're putting David in Kelly's spot, his term will expire in May.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if Kelly's not there, then it goes from the date we appoint to 4 years.
Okay. And then the other would be an empty seat. So then that'll make a 7 for the planning commission. And then.
With David or with David and Ronnie?
With David and Ronnie.
Okay. And what term?
And the EDA would make 7 with my addition on the EDA. Oh, no, I'm sorry, it would make 6.
Okay, and with regard to planning commission, what other time period is available?
You've got 2 expiring in 2027, 2 expiring in 2026, 1 expiring in 2029. And then your seat. I think we just re-give in the
Yep.
first of the year.
Yeah. So that would put David and Ronnie both at 4 years, 2030. So, I'll amend the motion to say those two to 2030.
It's a friendly amendment, so you don't have to, accept it.
So can we have a roll call? Do we
You
have
got a full team, Randy.
Thank you all.
Can we have a roll call vote on the motion?
Hawthorne,
Yes.
Hall,
Yeah.
Kennedy,
Yes.
Mullins,
Yes.
Powers.
Yeah.
Okay. Next item, is there any more discussion?
With the addition, do we have to do the training with you?
Yeah, so I need to talk, and I was gonna talk with you after the meeting about getting, more information. What is our kind of document that we're using to determine how many are on the planning commission, and how,
It's a spreadsheet.
so let me
It's a
buy,
spreadsheet.
is it by ordinance? I mean, because there should be ordinance or something on file which is establishing terms of office and how many you all have on the commission. It's not by code, it's by choice of the locality.
Yeah, I've seen it.
So I need to look at that and, yeah, get with you on training. So,
Okay.
the new members.
Next item is the events committee. Is there any discussion?
So we have it about Heritage Days, usually put it out there and hope the volunteers will come in. Miss Renee Bell back here has been graciously fundraising like crazy for us. And, of course, we have 2 food vendors walk down for Heritage Days, Bonafide Barbecue and Sipsy 606. And I think almost all of our music slots are fulfilled for Heritage Days, and we're looking for vendors. So if you know anybody that would like to come set up for Heritage Days, send them our way.
Okay. Any more discussion on the events committee item?
Oh, also, if anybody's church wants to set up for Friday night, to have games or prizes or snacks for the kids, that would be great. Because we try to keep that all free Friday night for kids.
The Lions Club's doing a whole lot Friday night.
The Lions Club's doing a bounce house and, they usually do some games and some maybe popcorn. I volunteered my church that we're doing pizza. I volunteered our pastor to do pizza. So, if we can get some more churches or groups to come out and maybe hand out little prizes or snacks or play a game with these kids, they really have a good time. Or we can donate a cake for the cakewalks. They'll take that too.
And I'll be here at Town Hall, hopefully next year with the new amphitheater and parking place, we'll be able to have it back out again.
Okay.
But please don't ask about Kick Booty for Jesus, because he's dead.
Okay. Is there any more?
He used to do rides for Heritage Days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I think that's what his little, company name was.
Kick Booty for Jesus, yeah.
Yeah, and he's passed away, so he's not available. We get that a lot. We get that question a lot.
Okay, well, we can move on to new business. Congressional direct spending. Is there discussion on that?
Yeah, it does say congregation.
Congregation.
Oh, sorry.
But it is congressional direct spending, so we have submitted 2 requests to Senators Tim Kaine and Mark Warner for the congressional direct spending. One was for new vehicles for the police department, the other was for 2 new street vehicles, and We did not get one submitted for the building because we're gonna have to do a planning grant on that first to find out all the things that we need to know.
Okay. Any more discussion?
That's approximately $300,000, if I remember correctly.
Well, we move on to item number 14, conveyance of open space land, campsite property. Is there any discussion or a motion?
I think we have to have a motion to table it till next month.
Okay.
Yeah, and, whether you want to have a public hearing.
That's where you would have
Well,
the
then I
vote.
would make a motion to have the public hearing and have a mini vote on that till the May meeting,
Okay.
2026.
Okay, so we have a motion to table conveyance of open space land till the May meeting and to have the public hearing on the May meeting, 2026. Is there a second to that motion?
A second.
Okay, we have a second. Is there any discussion?
What is the, so there are two different topics we could discuss. One would be specifically on granting the property to the Hunt Club. That can be one subject for the public meeting. Or just simply getting public input, what we want to do with the land. What would this public hearing be?
So the public hearing would be required by code to do anything with the land, convey, lease, give any interest or title to anybody. It just is a legal prerequisite which must occur. It's not specific to any particular transaction. It's just, we have to have the public.
So, I mean, I guess what I'm saying, when they advertise, what is it gonna say on the advertisement? Is it gonna
What it
say?
said,
Public hearing,
what it
not
said,
debate.
what it said this last advertisement that we put in the Cofield, which was conveyance of open space land, description of the tax parcel ID number, that the town is basically interested in conveying, leasing, et cetera, this particular piece of land. It wasn't specific to any, like, entity or buyer, receiver, or whatever.
Very generic.
Yeah, it's just a
generic
it's-
sort of.
The only thing it legally is required is to give you the date of when it's gonna happen, so you know whether or not to show up, and the description of the property, so you know kind of what it is.
Okay, so
Ascertain what
this
property is
is,
being discussed.
it's not gonna mention Serenity Garden, it's not gonna
No.
mention the Hunt Club, it's not gonna mention any of it, it's just,
No.
what does the public want to do with this land?
It just, yeah, it's going to give the public notice, hey, well, the town is trying to convey this or lease it. Come
Or sell it.
Or sell it, yeah, convey it, lease
We
it.
can put that in there, or sell it.
Yes,
Auction.
convey, sell would be covered under conveyance.
Okay.
Yeah, legally speaking, so.
So just as public input, what do you want to do with the land?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, I think we probably have a copy in the office of the one that went out, that will be the same one going out again.
Can I see that?
Which, yeah, that'll tell you exactly what it looks like in Cofield.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Can we have a roll call vote?
I would like to see the
Okay.
motion first.
Okay.
I mean, what
Yeah.
it says on
Yeah.
the advertisement.
And while we're waiting on that, might as well give the council kind of my recommendation and advice on it. Pursuant to the Open Space Land Act, you have to make the conveyance subject to contractual arrangements to ensure it remains open space land. So the council can do whatever it wants with it, except divert it from that open space land purpose. It can sell it, it can give it away, it can lease it. I recommend a 40-year lease, if you would, in lieu of selling it. I think selling it would require a 2/3 vote for the Virginia Constitution. Furthermore, I think that it's difficult to subject it to contractual arrangements, which ensure that it continues to be open space, publicly accessible land without some type of lease. You can put it in a deed, you can put it in a contract, but once it's somebody's land, they divert it from that purpose. You know, your only, the public's only legal redress, I think, would be to instigate some type of lawsuit, some type of legal action.
Against the town?
Not necessarily against the town, but the town could be joined. I think the town would be potentially able to file like a demur or some legal filing to get out of it, but the town very well could, part of the lot release would be, probably smarter legally, but that is,
Right.
just my legal opinion. You all are elected to serve the interests of the town, so I would like
Can you auction a lease?
Can you auction a lease? Theoretically, yeah, you could ask for people to submit rates that they would be willing to pay and, you know, pick the highest bidder.
Yeah.
I've wanted and advised to stay away from any type of actual advertised courthouse kind of steps, public auction, because there's legal steps, there's fees that are associated with that, which I think are unnecessary and only serve to, you know.
Shouldn't it also be listed that there's no access to the property?
I think where it just has the parcel, I think it's up to the public to,
Research.
yeah, it's the parcel numbers there, the acreage, the location.
The kind of doctrine of buyer beware is still very much alive when it comes to land purchases.
Releases.
Duty is on the buyer too.
So what, this is very broad. Next month, everybody can come with their ideas. We're gonna have a public hearing on what to do with the land. Either to lease it for free, lease it for an amount, or sell it. So next month, it's all wide open. Come with your ideas, start talking to people about it, and we'll have it next month. Is that right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay. So I'm okay with that.
Okay, there is a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Can we have a roll call vote, please?
Hawthorne,
Yes.
Hall,
Yeah.
Kennedy,
Yes.
Ellis,
Yes.
Powers.
Yeah.
The motion passes. Next item is the budget. Any discussion or maybe a motion?
Did you all have your budget worksheet?
We did.
I remember that.
Maybe our manager could give us the tax rates during the budget and the total revenues and expenses, kind of as a summary
So
from the
the
workshop.
tax, it would be a lower tax rate for real estate at 40 cents if this budget is passed, and the personal property would be staying the same at 49. Sorry. Okay. And what was the other, you said you wanted the tax rates and what else?
How much we'll take in revenues and how much will be, I guess it should balance, but how big the budget is.
Okay. So the imbalance for both halves, you'll see at the bottom of the last page there. Yeah, the seventh page was literally just like the last column, and it was just grayed out, so I didn't include that, because there wasn't any numbers or information on that page. So our in budget is 575, 560. Is what we're estimating for this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, any more discussion?
Make a motion that we put this to public hearing at our next council meeting after the other public hearing.
So on our schedule for adopting the budget, we do need to have, next month being May, a public hearing for the budget next month, and then we'll have some also public hearings that we need to do in June, which I think last year we looped the budget and tax rates all together. I kind of think of them all as one. But
What was we need to do?
46.2 readoption, if y'all want to still do that.
Yes.
And I think that's it, actually.
Can we do those all at the same time? Like all
So we could
next
go
meeting?
ahead and do the 46.2 adoption for starting July 1st next meeting. I think think that is it. We just need to advertise
We can do
the
the public
synopsis of
hearing
the
next month
budget.
and then,
Yeah, well, actually adopting the budget, not that.
right, so if we do the 40, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, next month, and we adopt it in June, can we do that?
We could adopt it next month.
Say that again.
We can adopt it next month too, to take effect July 1st.
Okay,
That's the readoption for the motor code, so that
so we can write
town officers can write tickets under 46.2. And the only thing I need for that is the brief synopsis of the budget, which this will probably work. I couldn't remember, Brittany, last year if you had prepared that or I had prepared that, but that's the notice that goes out to the Cofield. I think I did too. I think it was based off a spreadsheet like this. So.
You did,
And that was the only,
you did,
Yeah.
I remember.
Okay, good. Apparently I don't. Because, yeah, that one's the weird one that needs to be advertised for 2 successive weeks. So that needs to go out by the end of next week for public hearing. And then that's the weird one too, where we have to wait at least 7 days to adopt it. So, back to your motion.
Yeah, that's, my motion is to put this particular budget forward for public hearing at before our May meeting, but after the other public hearing.
Right, after which public hearing?
Well, the conveyance of property.
You mean just like at the same meeting after it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you wanna adopt, 46.2?
Do we adopt that tonight?
No,
Or
you
a
wanna,
public hearing for that?
Yeah, we can set a public hearing for the adoption of that too.
And that as well.
We'll just advertise again with the.
That'll be great.
Okay.
you got that?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, any more discussion?
Is there a second?
Do we have a second? Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a second. Any discussion?
Yeah, I just want to say that the town of Town has been able to do what the county has not been able to do, and that is with the rising assessments, the county kept the same tax rate, which means your taxes are going up. But we asked Brittany, as our manager, to put together a budget that adjusted our tax rate to minimize the effects of the assessments, and she's done that, and our tax rate will go down from 44 cents to 40 cents per $100.
Beginning July 1.
Yes.
The first half will still be at 44.
And so this is something I think we all agree on as a council we needed to do.
Okay, any more discussion? Can we have a roll call vote, please?
Hawthorne,
Yes.
Hall,
Yeah.
Kennedy,
Yes.
Fells,
Yes.
Howard.
Yes.
Okay, the next item is other business.
Oh, sorry, just as a reminder to the council, 2/3 majority requirement for the addition of taxes. So, I'm assuming the beat poll and everything is staying the same. Everything else is staying the same. Just the property, real estate is coming down for us. Okay, I want to make sure I have everything.
Possibility of that DMV fee
Yeah.
changing.
We can change that.
Yeah. $10.
Sounds good. Is there any other business? Okay, if there is none, we have another time of public comment. If the audience like to get up and give a comment, please state your name for the record once again.
It's not changed much.
Yeah.
Glenda Hubbard. I failed to make a statement about the upcoming Master Naturalist Spring Rally up on Pine Mountain. We've been doing this, how long, Debbie?
I think this is 8.
8?
I think so.
Yeah. And every year we get more and more folks from out of town coming to this and appreciating Pine Mountain. If we had something downtown for them to eat or whatever, we might be able to be better hosts to
We
our.
got munchies.
The munchies? Oh, yeah, the munchies. Forgive me. Yeah. And I just wanted you all to note that. I hope I am not assuming incorrectly, but I just assume the work that the Pound Historical Society does, the Master Naturalists do for Pound, this council is supportive of that. You like this?
Absolutely.
Good.
Yes.
Great.
Okay? Because I just assume that whenever you're trying to do something good, everybody goes, oh, that's good. Until, this is Pound. Sometimes that's not the case. So anyway, I wanted to say that. Anything else I need to say about that?
This will be held at Cumberland Mountain. for
Yes,
information.
oh, and for
Post
your
this for
information,
national origin.
some members of the Master Naturalists belong to the Hunt Club. And that's why the cooperation between the two groups is astounding. I mean, for this Master Naturalist group that's meeting on May the 2nd at 9 o'clock at the Hunt Club, we go all over that mountain. We go up, we do butterflies on one side, probably pretty near where all this campsite stuff is.
Fun guy with the fun guy.
Yeah. We do birds, we do plants, we do mushrooms, we do bats, and so everybody come out and enjoy it.
Thank you for your comment. Anyone else from the audience like to get up, give a public comment? Please state again for the record your name, whether you live in or out of town.
Tony Fowles, I live out of town. Just want to let you know what we've done with the beagle hunt that I discussed with you all. Y'all were nice enough to give us use of the property and parking or whatever that we needed to do. We wound up with 189 dogs showed up at that. That's a phenomenal number. I don't know if y'all follow any of that or not. We have people from 5 different states that were here. We have had several kids meet shows since then. Commonwealth Attorney, his kids was there last week. We had a bunch that's there. Glad to work with Pine Mountain Naturalists. Like I said, any other groups, anything in this town that we can, regardless of what happens with the property, I want y'all to know that our doors are open and that we're here to try to help with the area and with the kids. That's my big thing. And I'm gonna lay something out to you real plain here. I didn't want to bring this up, but I've asked y'all to have a closed door meeting. They're telling me that they got a right of way through Jerry Bentley's property. I've been real cautious if I were you all, since he is a certified, signed, confessed sex offender to his discretion. So, you know, you let him through into your property, you're asking for a lawsuit. Thank you.
I'd like to give a public comment. Please state your name and your record, the record.
Robert Williams. Okay. See, this is what I'm talking about on this whole deal right here. The stuff that they want to bring up, you know, Debbie feels like she's entitled because she got all this money for the town. She's entitled to this stuff. I don't think she is entitled to this stuff, okay? She's a volunteer. The county agreed to give you guys the money to purchase this thing. Yes, he might be a sex offender, but I'm really surprised that the Hunt Club was able to hold an event that close to a sex offender, and nothing else was said about it. Okay? Right now, like I said, $8,000 was brought up by the county, by you, by Council Debbie and all them, to purchase that land. Right now, your taxes are about to go up probably at least 200%, according to this new governor. And this new governor, if she passes this bill for hunting dogs, nobody will have the right to retrieve. You will have to have written permission to actually go onto that person's property. So what good is that going to do a hunting club, which I love hunting, I love it to death. We hunted with dogs up in Richmond, okay? But we ended up, we had to get permission from the landowners just to go across the property. Right now, the new governor, she is pushing to just freaking choke hunting completely out. And I hate that. But I love the deer hunt myself. I love stuff like that. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Is there anyone else from the audience who'd like to come give a comment? Please state your name again for the record, or whether you live in or out of town.
Do not live in town. I do not feel like I have the right to decide what happens to this land. But I do feel like that it could be beneficial to the Hunt Club because I did a lot of the work to procure the land. In working with the town, you know, I trusted the town. What? I thought you said something. I trusted that the town.
I just need to say, excuse me.
Go ahead.
I trusted that when I went before council multiple times and had everything approved by council unanimously, that the town would follow through with the project. And I'm very disappointed that it did not happen. I plan to continue working on the trail, the public trail. We have a couple pieces of property, one inside the tunnel and one beyond the town property that is in the works right now being conveyed to the Hunt Club. So I feel like that I can work with the Hunt Club. I've been a member several years now, and that we can continue working on this trail regardless of what you decide on the property.
So the only difference would be, instead of the town of Pound having oversight, it would be the Hunt Club.
Piece of that 3.5 acres already connects directly to the Hunt Club's property. About half an acre.
And development of the trail, you mean the one going down the hill toward the
I'm
cemetery?
talking about the old railroad trail that goes from the Pine Mountain Tunnel, comes through the Pine Mountain Tunnel, and ends at the Wright Cemetery, which is near the Valero. We have.
So it is the one going down from the property, down the hill to the Wright Cemetery, is the one you want
It's
to
the old
develop?
railroad bed that continues.
The one that goes down the hill to the Wright Cemetery. Devil John Wright, is that the cemetery?
Yeah, the cemetery where Devil John Wright's buried, it
Yeah.
ends, the trail ends
Right.
right there before you get,
Right.
and you don't go into the cemetery, but it's near the cemetery.
Right. I know what you're talking about. So it would just be the same plans as before, just under the Hunt Club instead of under the town of Pound.
I don't think that's correct. The plan before was that we would build a campsite, which is totally off the table at this point. And the trail is the trail. I mean, that's something totally separate. I don't think everybody understands that.
So it would be a parking lot instead of a campsite. Is that,
Be whatever the Hunt Club uses it for.
would it still be a campsite?
If it goes to the Hunt Club. Well, they've not indicated anything about a campsite. All they've said is, they're gathering there.
I was just asking because I was just trying to, if it would be the same, is there a possibility there would still be a campsite there?
People can go there camping time. I mean, it's not a developed campsite, but.
Because it's,
all surrounded by national.
they can do it
forests.
now, yeah, that's right.
You could go now, anytime. I'm just saying that I plan to continue with the development of the trail, regardless of what happens with this 3.5 acres.
Thank you for your comment. Anyone else from the audience like to come and give a comment? Okay. Last item is adjournment. Motion to adjourn. We have motions. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Discussion. Okay, roll call vote, please.
Hawthorne,
Yes.
Hall,
Yeah.
Kennedy,
Yes.
Rhodes,
Yes.
Howard.
Yeah.
We have adjourned.
Okay. I'm part of the problem drops. That was nice. I can get some. Really? Okay. The cherry ones don't do much for me.
Yep.
Take care, Kevin.
Let me know about that.
I should have something. I think I got you on my phone.
Okay.
Stephen Davis. I'm just waiting on Kate. That's what I'll see you.
I did all I could do here, Gary. Hey, I've done got some money on the bed on you, when you gonna stay
Yes.
And I'll send you that email.
Got a big month.
See? Because it's not. They go other places. They go this 40 years. Yes, and that's, and, you know, we talked about that. There's also lots of presentation. Meetings every 2 weeks, indicating that baby's done out for protection.
All right, you take care. Hope you feel better.
Oh, hey. Everything's going bad.
I didn't have the votes going.
We got the election day. Couldn't put up there. Couldn't vote. What? I just need you to put it right in the vote.
I'll put a provincial ballot. Change something up.
Are we setting up a agreement?
Hey, I think them girls, they I need to tell him about it. I'm telling you, we need to do something like that. And I can't cross the road.